Jordan, where's the pullover?
It's upstairs.
Oh,
I can go get it if you want.
I was a little disappointed. Thank goodness you look good in plaid.
Lance, long time coming for this program, for a lot of guys in your locker room, guys that have been through it. Just your first reaction to getting that 6th win and knowing, not hoping anymore, but knowing that this team's bowl eligible.
Yeah. As I told them, I'm really proud of them and happy for them, especially when we look at the guys that have been around a long time and everything that they've kind of gone through. They persevered. They stayed with this program. And then holistically for this group. And as I told them, we're pretty demanding in things, and there's a reason why we are is for moments like this, and to see them play well I thought we played physical today and did some things that challenged us. I think the first play of the game, Devin broke a big one or something, and it was like a first down. Remember, last year we didn't get a first down first half. And I think that's kind of a sign of really how far this football team's come. And that's where I'm really proud of them. And to, you could say, I know they're banged up. But I'm not going to let that take away from the performances of some guys and the way Jason played as well.
Do you think that was your most complete game, both sides, all 3 phases since you've been here?
I haven't had time to really think about that. So you must. So I'm gonna probably lean that way when I stop for a minute and think. I haven't looked at everything statistically. They still had 75 plays for 400 yards. But I didn't know we held them under 18 points again at home, which, college football is pretty difficult holding people under 21. So a lot of things. I thought to see Kobe Bryant get an interception right away after being down, and Mello getting his, and of course Rich at the end, the 4th and 1 play. Really we kind of looked at some opportunities. We made some big stops today in some key moments, and again the performance of Devin Neal I thought was just outstanding. We had kind of talked about that we're going to need him. He's going to have one of those games, and he answered that.
How much of that was the bye week, giving him that chance to and not just him, but everybody, just that chance to regroup, refresh, get ready, and then go out there and do something like
I think that was part of it. I think they were anxious. When we practiced last Sunday night, there was good energy and the opportunity to kind of flush it and go and playing a ranked football team and stuff like that, the motivation, all the things, the opportunity that was there, and really the trust and belief that they had in one another, I think, is what I also really proud of, because it's easy to get, especially some of the things this program's been through, to get dejected and, here we go or something. And I think that off week, sometimes they come at the right time. But there's times when you haven't played that you worry about, starting slow and do them. We talked about those things, but I know I'm kind of rambling here for you. I hope I'm getting everybody what they need. What do we have, a 7-8 minute drive, start second half? That might have been the longest drive we've had since we've been here. And, to come out the second half as well was another good sign for us in the way we played.
Devin Neal is the first Jayhawk ever to have 200 rushing yards and 100 receiving yards. I guess, what's your kind of reaction to that statistical performance and just the way he played overall? Yeah,
I just heard that in the other room when I was doing the radio, so wasn't aware of that. I don't know who tweeted out college football history or something. I don't know if you guys, but on the way here, they had Tony Sands' 58 carries for whatever, and I'm sitting on the bus and I saw it, and I sent it to Devin. Kind of like, this might be one of those days, and I don't know if we're going to carry a guy 58 times, but it was, he knew that he was going to be counted on a lot of ways today, and I think it's kind of ironic and special and all the other words that I'm not probably finding that the hometown guy from Lawrence puts us into bowl eligibility.
I don't mean to be hyperbolic, but you've been
What's
around.
that mean?
over-exaggerating.
Okay, sorry, thanks.
You've been
Don't do
around
it.
college football for a long time. Is that the best individual performance from a player that you've coached?
Oh, it's I try not to ever get in the comparison game because I'm going to leave somebody out. So, but I know it's right up there. Okay.
Lance, sticking with Devin, he committed before you were here. He stuck with you when you got here, and you said a lot about him. But how special was it for you to see him be a part of this moment, knowing he could have, chosen to go elsewhere?
Yeah, because it's special because Devin Neal committed to the University of Kansas, and you don't always see that as much anymore, and I understand why, but Devin committed to the University of Kansas to be a Jayhawk, not necessarily who the coach was. So it doesn't, and I'm cool with that. So, because you need people that are determined to help get programs turned around, and Devin Neal is definitely one of those.
And you mentioned telling him before the game that this could be a day where he's relied on a lot. Over the tough moments, like you mentioned in the recent history, just in your time here, did you ever have to talk to him and say, hey, stick with it, or was he pretty upbeat about the whole thing?
No, I mean, I don't think he's any different than guys that have been dejected at times and seeing it, but, he's been a leader in so many different ways since he's arrived, and his work habits and practice habits and what he does. I don't think he's wavered. I mean, there's sometimes, it's a little steeper and longer than you want it to be, but, I think he's done a nice job with that.
And then also, lastly, Kobe comes back from injury, makes an interception. So how'd you feel about not only him coming back, but being able to contribute how he did?
I was so happy for him, proud of him, because, what appeared to be a pretty bad injury. The thing I'm most proud of Kobe is how much he was, the work he put in to get healthy, his determination to be on the field and want to be on the field and be connected. And I saw some sides of Kobe I didn't really know for sure of like where it was at. And I don't mean that in totally negative, but there was an extra drive about how important this is to him. And to be out there, he wanted to make sure he traveled to Baylor. Crowd noise for the press conference. That'd be kind of cool. But so that was neat, and to see him and Melo both making plays early. I thought that was great. Those are two guys that really work hard. Melo's a pretty laid back guy, and to see him do that was neat too.
What did you think of the 73-yard run by Bean? It seemed remarkable.
Yeah, it was, Gary. The tough thing is that's one of those that you feel bad you're at ground level, because I don't know if I'll get a chance to enjoy it until I watch hopefully some highlights tonight. But when he kind of got on the far sideline, it was kind of like, we all know how fast he is. It was like we're waiting for one of those moments where we could really let him showcase that speed again, and it was one heck of a play, that's for sure.
What did you think, the excitement of the students? They've just dumped the goalposts into the lake.
I think it's awesome. It's we know we have a special fan base here, one that's been, again, like I said before, been through a lot and gone through some things. So to see the students in that, take that opportunity, yeah, it's pretty neat.
You talked earlier this week about the importance of making a bowl game for practice reasons, but I guess now that you've achieved it, just how big does it feel for in year 2 here to have that opportunity in front of you?
It says a lot about the players, of course, but I'm really proud and humbled by the work of our staff to be able to do something like this. We joke on Tuesdays or Mondays or whatever we do now is, how many, everybody thought how many games this team could win, and to do that, really happy that that has happened. And we still have 3 games we got to get ready to play, and that's one of the things we talked about is that this isn't over, okay? But the cool thing is that we get to be around each other longer, and a lot of these guys have no idea what that's really about and the experiences that you can have, and the so many ways that this becomes positive for this program and university and community that hasn't seen in over a dozen years.
You mentioned it there, but post-game then in the locker room, what is your message to the team after achieving something like this?
Well, I told them how proud I was and all those things, and tried to make it as short as I could because they don't want to listen to me right now, and to be safe and smart, and yet still come in on Monday, just like I've told you before, that we got to be coachable and understand because we got more things that we can do, and that we would kind of go back at it and things. But it was, I don't know. I think that's about all I said. I think, but.
Hey, Lance, last year there were some rough games, big scores, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and now you've beat some of those teams. Can you use that as a measuring stick of where this thing's come in a year?
Well, again, it's people say who's not healthy, who's not, but like I said earlier, we didn't have first down the first half against these guys last year and got a first down the first play. So, I think that was kind of the way to look at it is we're getting better in a lot of different ways around here. Measuring stick, I don't know, John, I look at it this way is, by the time the ball's kicked off a week from now at 6 p.m., we'll be evaluated a different way again, and it's what we signed up for. But we're going to enjoy this. We got 24 hours to enjoy it. I want it to be, from the start, we talked about building a consistent winner. Okay, so this is the first big step, but we got to work for all those other things every day to get a little bit better because we have to that's just the nature of it, and we will do so.
Anything else, Coach?
I know some of this isn't shareable or whatever, but I wonder if Mike Gundy did say anything to you out there that you would share with us.
No, we talked more before the game about some things, because Mike had come here this summer with his son to our camp, and we talked about those things and talked about our travel and just other things. We talked about the competitiveness of this league. But during that time, he talked about the marked improvement of this program. And that's been kind of common through the talks. And afterwards, though, it was just a quick congratulations of things and good luck the rest of the way. And that was it. But, yeah. So I have a lot of respect for him, though.
Lance, you've told a story before, I think at Big 12 Media Days, about a recruit who said if he was 2024, maybe he'd look at this program differently. Do you feel like a win like this, getting to bowl eligibility, accelerates that kind of conversation with recruits, and especially recruits for a local like Devin? I
sure hope so when it comes especially locally, that consistent change and that is starting to show itself. We know it's showing in a lot of other areas, and again, it'll show its way as we get to this through the rest of the season and into December and January. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.